The main event tonight is a heavyweight matchup featuring two of the premier arms in the game. In one corner, the right-hander representing New York. In the other, the southpaw hailing from North Carolina. The sweet science of pitching will be on display inside the squared circle of AT&T Park. It's game one. Bumgarner, DeGrom, Giants, Mets, and it's next. This homestand continues tonight as the Mets are in town as we get ready for Giants baseball game one of this four-game series, Giants and Mets. Hi again, everybody. I'm Dwayne Kuiper. Alongside me is Mike Krukow. Well, the Giants are 1-5 on this homestand, so that's got to change. A lot of things have to change, but the one solid staple to this team right now is Madison Bumgarner, and he's the guy on the hill tonight.
Well, and he's going to give them a chance to win. He's matching up against another guy, Jacob deGrom, who's probably going to give his team a chance to win. We expect this to be a low-scoring, hard-fought game. The Giants need to play clean baseball, and they need to come up with that money-making hit, the one that makes the difference in the game. And those will be the keys. You get confidence in that hit, it carries over to tomorrow and the next day and so on and so forth. Those will be the keys tonight.
All right, should be fun here tonight at AT&T Park. Feels like fall, by the way. All right, stay tuned. We'll take you to our CSN Bay Area studios for an update, and we'll do that right after this.
Jack's Brewhouse Bacon Burger today at Jack in the Box. Limited time only at participating restaurants. And by Toyota. Hurry in for Toyota's annual clearance event to get an incredible deal on the 2016 Toyota you want before they're gone. Toyota, let's go places.
Well, it is a beautiful thing, this game we call baseball. Every day you get a clean slate, and every day you get a chance to turn your luck around. That is what the Giants are going to do tonight. They are in the middle of a very difficult stretch. They open up a 4-game series against the New York Mets. Game 1 about to start shortly. Welcome back to our broadcast. I'm Amy Gutierrez. A marquee matchup for you tonight. Doesn't get any better than this. Madison Bumgarner going up against Jacob deGrom. It is also Jerry Garcia tribute night. That's a big deal here. And one of the biggest deadheads and former third base coach, Tim Flannery, moments ago performed the national anthem.
Oh, say, can you see by the dawn's early light what so proudly we hailed at the twilight's last gleaming, whose broad stripes and bright stars through the perilous fight o'er the ramparts we watched were so gallantly streaming, and the rocket's red glare, the bombs bursting in air, gave proof through the night that our flag was still there. Oh, say does that star-spangled banner yet wave o'er the land of the free and the home of the brave.
That man, Madison Bumgarner. Our game time weather is presented by the Santa Cruz Beach Boardwalk. Get to the beach. The admission-free boardwalk is now open daily. It's a cool night, 61 degrees here at the yard. You see the winds, humidity at 80%, and it is mostly cloudy. All right, let's take a look at the Mets lineup, the lineup that'll face Madison Bumgarner. It'll go like this. It'll be the very speedy Reyes, followed by Rivera, and then Jay Bruce. You just saw Jay Bruce, I don't know, within the last month in a Reds uniform, and he tortured the Giants. Then it'll be Flores, d'Arnaud, and then Ruggiano. Kelly Johnson will hit 7th, and Ty Kelly 8th, and Jacob deGrom 9th.
On the hill tonight for the Giants will be Madison Bumgarner, the lefty, 6'5", 250-pounder. He's 27 years old. And coming into tonight's ball game at 25 starts, 11-7 with a 2.11 ERA, 189 strikeouts against 43 walks in 172 third innings. Just a fantastic year. League hit just 203 against him. And when you take your bat, you're going to see a low 3/4 release with a natural cut to a fastball that'll average low 90s in velocity. He's also got a slider, curveball, and a changeup. Lifetime against these Mets, he's never been beaten in 5 starts, 4-0 with a 1.03 ERA.
So here's Jose Reyes. Reyes coming in at 250. Remember, he hasn't played a lot this year. And the first pitch of the ball game is on its way, and it's high. So we get started right on time at 7:15. Yeah, Phillies beat the Dodgers. Michael Franco hit a 2-run home run in the 7th inning to give the Phillies a lead, and they hung on. There's the next pitch to Reyes, is high. Calling balls and strikes is Brian Gorman. Then it's Wolcott, Carlson, and Fagan. And Gorman is indeed the crew chief.
He's got a good zone. Steady. He's got a little more width in the outside corner to righties, not so much with lefties, and he will call some high strikes.
The Mets are coming from Arizona, where they lost 2 of 3. And this is hit high and foul down the left field line. It's 2-2. They lost yesterday. Jonathan Neese took the loss. Godfrey got the win.
Well, they won the foul ball lottery.
That's pretty good.
4 pitches into the ball game.
Yes. This is hit on the ground to Crawford as that ball jumps on Crawford a little bit, and he throws him out. So this game gets started on a 6-3 putout.
Let's take a look at the Giants defensively behind Madison Bumgarner tonight. Starting in their outfield from left to right, it'll be Pagan, Span, and Pence. Crawford, Nunez on the left side of the infield. Panic and Belt on the right side. Buster Posey, he'll be in the squad, putting down the signs.
You know what? I'm making a call. You ready?
Let me hear it.
The player of this series, and remember it's a 4-game series,
Yeah.
is going to be Brandon Crawford.
Okay.
You know why?
Why is that?
Because Terry Collins didn't pick him for the All-Star team.
Well, in his mind, then it's a playoff game. And there's Terry Collins.
That's my call right now.
He was the manager of the National League All-Stars, as he was the manager of the Mets that were in the World Series last year.
You better watch out for Crawford. He's ticked off. There's a pitch high.
I guarantee it's on his mind.
1 ball and 1 strike. T.J. Rivera, 9 for 26. So the Giants know little about Rivera. And he pops this one up. Let's see if it's playable. Nunez says, I got this one. And he does. 2 outs.
Time now for our Nissan keys to the game. Number 1, keep Jay Bruce in the yard. Remember what he did to the Giants when he was in a Reds uniform earlier this year. He was amazing. He had 4 hits and he hit 4 home runs. And number 2, clean D, good defense. When you're out there and you've got 2 aces going at each other, you have to play good defense. And those are our Nissan keys to the game.
Yeah, one of those home runs that really hurt the Giants was Jay Bruce hitting one off of Madison Bumgarner. And the first pitch is down low. since he's come over to the Mets, he's only hitting 186. He's got a couple of home runs. He's got 6 RBIs. And a strike. This was the one he hit off of Bumgarner. Remember, he's only got 3 hits in 20 at bats, and this was one of them.
Well, he made a mistake in. They set the target away, and this is one of the few mistakes he made to location all day, and he paid for it. And that's why he's staying away in this at bat.
And this is chopped foul off of Bruce's foot. It's 1-2. Mets are right at 500. They're 60-60. They played 120 games. Overshift is on, by the way, for Bruce. And he fouls it back.
It's amazing how much different a guy looks when he puts on another uniform. Now, for Jay Bruce in our mind, we're used to him in the Reds uni.
Yeah.
Now you put another uni on him, and it just looks out of place.
In the dirt, blocked by Posey, 2-2.
Career-wise, he hadn't really done a whole lot. 3 for 18, but the one big home run cost Bumgarner a game.
Got him, and that'll end the inning. Giants are coming up. It's going to be Span, Pagan, and Belt. DeGrom, it'll be Span, Pagan, and Belt. Then Buster Posey. See what he's hitting at home since June 14th. And it'll be Crawford, Pence, and Nunez. Panic will hit 8th and Bumgarner 9th.
On the hill tonight for the New York Mets will be the right-hander Jacob DeGrom, 6'4", 180-pounder, 28 years of age. He's in his 3rd year at the big league level. And this is what he has done so far this year in 21 starts, 7-5 with a 2.30 ERA. Almost a strikeout an inning. And but 129 strikeouts against 29 walks, which lets you know how special he is. You're going to see mid to high 90s with great command of the fastball on both sides of the plate. He's got a curveball, slider, and a changeup. He'll throw everything at any time. He is a power arm with control. Lifetime against the Giants, 3-0.
First pitch to the backstop, 1 ball and no strikes.
DeGrom's lifetime ERA against the Giants is 0.84, so he has done well against them.
In at third is Kelly Johnson. Span with that slightly open stance, the pigeon toe right foot, and a strike at the knees.
Span is a little bit unusual in his pregame preparation. He doesn't take batting practice. Goes in the cage underneath. He'll have soft toss. He'll hit off the tee, but he doesn't like batting practice because he says you get into bad habits. At least he does.
Wrapped into right center field, and nobody's going to catch it. This is going to hit the wall, and Span is on the move, and he is going to put on the brakes at second. Well, I found out that I was doing something wrong too.
What's that?
I should not have taken batting practice.
Well, he gets a good pitch to hit. He doesn't miss it. Belt high challenge. And he finds the opposite gap. And one hopper off the wall. Just an easy two-bagger. For a second there, I thought he was going to have a chance to get three.
Yeah, I did too. But Yano got to it pretty quickly. Here's the former Met, Angel Pagan, who's having a terrific season. He's creeping up to the 300 mark. And he takes outside for a ball.
Talked about DeGrom and what he throws. This is how he uses it. You're going to see a lot of fastballs, and then the slider, curveball, changeup. I mean, he throws them all, and they're all good. And he can corner pitch with all of them.
Two and 0. Darno, so far the play of the game. That was a tough play, and Darno made it. Belt is on deck. Down the left field line and foul. It's 2 balls and 1 strike. Hey. Now the deal is she doesn't have to give it up.
No, she does not. She could put that thing right in her purse.
She outfought all those men sitting around her.
Good for her. That'd be.
2 and 2.
Yeah, I know it's the first inning, and this is just the second hitter that DeGrom is facing. But in his mind, he's thinking strikeout, which, you know, as the game progresses, you get in the middle and later part of the ball game, runner at second, nobody out. It is a strikeout situation. But from DeGrom's perspective, who's averaging about a strikeout an inning, that's the mode he's in right now.
And he got him.
Let's take a look at the Mets defensively, starting in their outfield from left to right. It'll be Kelly, Ruggiano, and Bruce, the best arm in right field with Jay Bruce. Reyes and Johnson on the left side of the infield. Rivera and Flores on the right side. Travis d'Arnaud, he'll be in the squad putting down the signs.
Here's Belt. Belt hitting at 280, 14 home runs, 61 runs batted in. He's 2 for 6 lifetime against DeGrom. And a strike, and it's 0-1. The radar gun is off here at the ballpark. Not on our Comcast box. Dead.
Died a hard death.
Oh, 2.
Changeup. That's an 89-mile-an-hour changeup. The thing about all 4 of his pitches is that he doesn't care what the situation is. If it gets called, if that's the right pitch, he'll throw it. Exceptional command for such a power arm.
And Belt strikes out.
And 95's him right above the hands.
So here's Buster Posey.
Reach back, and you'll see him use the fastball a lot, especially in kill pitches. When he gets 2 strikes on a guy, he'll reach back and amp it up, and he can paint on top of the strike zone to each side of the plate. And he has exceptional knee-high command with that fastball. So what does it mean? Well, it ought to be a pretty good game.
Buster Posey hitting at 294, 12 home runs, 57 runs batted in. And the first pitch is down low. Posey lifetime against DeGrom. He's faced him 5 times. He's 0 for 5. Mr. Yesterday had 3 hits. He was 3 for 5. And he shoots this one foul down the right field line. Crawford on deck watching a double and then 2 strikeouts. And this is hit on the ground to the second baseman Rivera, and that'll end the inning. So the Giants 3 opportunities with a runner in scoring position, and it remains 0-0.
Road Trip Day Pack with a AAA insurance quote. Go to AAA.com/roadtrip or a AAA branch for details. Restrictions apply.
It's called the new Pennant Race Pack. Get tickets to 4 remaining regular season games. Guarantee your option to purchase 1 NLDS or wildcard ticket per pack. sfgiants.com/minipacks. Here's Wilmer Flores. That's pretty impressive by Jacob DeGrom, I got to tell you. You're like, guys, all right, I'll spot you a double, and then voop, voop, voop.
Just amp it up.
Flores, 12 home runs, 35 runs batted in, and he lines this one right at Span, and Span will make the catch. Amy G is here. Amy, take us away.
All right, guys, the Giants announced a roster move today. They have put Matt Cain on the disabled list with a lower back strain. They have activated reliever Corey Guerin. What this does, guys, now is they face the Dodgers Tuesday. That was Matt Cain's slot. They're going to move up the starters. Dodgers get Bum, Cueto, and more.
All right, thanks, Amy. By the way, how did we ever do the game yesterday without Amy?
I know, we didn't have Amy yesterday. She was at her children's first day of school.
Yeah, I mean,
being a mom.
Shocked they didn't cancel the game. There's a pitch for a strike, and it's 0-1.
Amy was on assignment.
Yeah, that was a big assignment. And a bouncing ball foul. 0-2.
But you know, moms and first day of school, you know, they get them up, they get them dressed, they get them out to school. But at 9 o'clock when they drive away from school, I think all the moms get together and it's party time.
Yeah, I do too. Look at this guy. He's psyched. Darno waits, and Darno swings and misses. So the guy, he's collecting these things like we used to collect marbles. Yeah, thumbs up, tip of the cap.
Well, I mean, he's got the look. You see a kid like that, you want to give him a ball.
Yeah, I got a couple. Ruggiano's got a couple of lifetime home runs against Bumgarner. That's called ownage.
Yeah, that's why he's in the lineup tonight.
Hit up the middle, panic dives, and it's a base hit. And that's the first hit of the game for the Mets.
Well, consecutive seasons with 190 strikeouts in the San Francisco era. Tim Lincecum did it 6 times. Bumgarner 6 times. Juan Marichal 4 times. Jason Schmidt 3 times. And for Bumgarner, that was his 190th strikeout.
Here's Kelly Johnson. Johnson's got decent numbers against Bumgarner. He's 6 for 18. And a strike. Swing and a miss. Nothing in 2.
Little cut fastball, and you know, it really is a slider. At times he'll throw that pitch and it'll have tilt to it. Other times it'll run flat like the last pitch. Kind of has a mind of its own, but it really is 2 pitches because it will do 2 different things. And the key is that they're both good pitches. Whether it runs flat or it has tilt really doesn't make a difference.
No overshift, but the Giants are playing Kelly Johnson to pull, with the exception of Panic. Panic straight up. Nice night. We both thought the same thing. Well, we were sitting here a couple hours before the game. It does feel like a fall night. It feels like football weather tonight. Pulled foul. Oh. Oh, man.
Richie Peckner. Hey, a little bit of a wrestling match, but he got it done. He's a Grateful Dead head fan, and I mean, you can tell, can't you? That's his son, Toby, who's on the third base side tonight.
1-2.
Grateful Dead night.
Got him, and that'll end the inning. For the Giants, it'll be Crawford, Pence, and Nunez coming up. All right, get yourself a dog, kid.
services for you and your business. Visit hefins.com.
No score, bottom of the second, and Crawford will lead things off. DeGrom to Crawford. And a strike on the outside corner. Crawford 0 for 8 with 4 strikeouts lifetime against DeGrom. Those are his seasonal numbers. Leads this team in RBIs. And he's not that far off from leading this team in home runs. He's got 11. Pence on deck. And a base hit to left field.
Well, time for our Togo's big play the Togo's way. And yesterday against the Pirates, Brandon Crawford hit a triple in the 3rd inning off Ivan Nova. It was Crawford's 20th career triple here at AT&T Park, tying him for most all time with Ray Durham. Who was a good Giant.
Here's Pence. Yeah, we like Ray Durham a lot. Pence hitting .269. And he takes a strike. A double in 8 at-bats, 2 hits lifetime against DeGrom for Pence. And that's down low. Nunez to follow. Let's have this game and 3 more left on the homestand before they have a day off and then travel to Los Angeles. Pence on the ground. It could be a pair. 6-4-3. So Pence into the double play. So here's Nunez.
Carry in the ballpark tonight is what we normally see. To center field, to left center, will have some carry. Tough to hit it out to right field especially if you're a right-hander. Take a look at the motion from Jacob deGrom. Very upright and compact. Remember, he's 6'4" and 180. It's our Exmo brought to you by your local Toyota dealer. Good changeup. Well, I guess it wasn't a 2-seam fastball, but it was. That's a big time sink on it.
For Nunez, this is the first time he's ever faced deGrom. And he lines it into left center field. Nunez may try to go. He does. Was it wise? It was not. They got him. So Ty Kelly throws out Nunez, and we will head to the 3rd. Bumgarner to face Ty Kelly, and then DeGrom, and then Reyes. And a fastball high. Kelly, yeah, he's a switch hitter. He's 10 for 45. So you know.
Well, he made a nice play to close things out for the Giants in the second inning, throwing out Nunez. So the old saying was, hey, you make a great play, you get to lead off the next inning. Kind of came true.
And a strike.
I have absolutely no problem with Nunez trying to put himself in scoring position there.
Try to make something happen.
And I think, you know, you could put pressure on a defense. And that's what he did. He forced them to make a great throw, and they came up with it.
Popped out of play.
Here is that throw. Rivera picks it up, and he's got all the time in the world to put the tag on Nunez.
And the walk. Greater coverage of baseball is brought to you by T-Mobile. Saturday against the Orioles, Madison Bumgarner. 7 innings pitched, 3 hits, no runs, 3 walks, 8 strikeouts. Bumgarner threw 101 pitches. Nice outing.
Well, the thing that he did so well in that game was spot his breaking balls both sides of the plate. It's in a real nice rhythm.
And DeGrom takes a strike.
Started about his second start of the year, and he's held it all the way through the season. And those are the numbers for Saturday when the Giants beat the Orioles. The only time they beat them in that 3-game series. Surprised they don't have a little bit of an arm protective piece on the arm of DeGrom, who exposes his throwing arm hitting left-handed.
Up and in, and DeGrom, maybe in self-defense, fouls it back.
It's got a clue. Hitting 139, a couple of RBIs. Posey wanted the slider. He called for it twice. Bumgarner shook it off.
And you got him.
So he winds up throwing a fastball and tried to bunt it. 4 strikeout, all swing and miss strike 3s for Bumgarner. And a non-productive out.
Jose Reyes rolled out to Crawford. He did that to open up the ball game. And a strike, and it's 0-1. Reyes, a switch hitter, hitting .310 right-handed, .220 left-handed. And tight. He's got 30 more at bats hitting left-handed than right-handed. Out of play. 1 ball and 2 strikes.
Reyes trying to resurrect his image around the league. Started the season with the Rockies organization. They let him go. Mets picked him back up. So he's looking at New York as an opportunity.
Yeah. Show that he can still play. Hit back to Bumgarner. To Panic. To Belt. Double play. Nice turn by Bumgarner and Panic. And for the Giants, Panic will lead things off.
IPG&E, together building a better California.
It's a 0-0 ball game. Did you ever have your bubble pop?
Many times.
Me too. It'll be Panic, Bumgarner, Span, and a strike, and it's 0-1.
I can tell you exactly how many times I've had my bubble pop. 117. That's what it says on the back of my baseball card.
One ball and one strike. Two and one.
Brought his glove, and she brought the attitude on Jerry Garcia tribute night. A lot of deadheads here.
Foul down the left field line and out of play.
He brought his glove.
Yeah.
Let's take a look. Good play.
If he didn't make it, the guy behind him does.
Yep, they had that one covered.
Panic keeps fighting him off.
Well, the Giants Insider Podcast is sponsored by Max Muscle Sports Nutrition, and it's live on csnbayarea.com. And you can log on each week as Alex Pavlovich talks baseball. It's also available on iTunes. Check it out.
Ryan Volgasong is his guest. Tapped slowly foul. It remains 2 balls and 2 strikes. John Miller's here. He'll be in with Mike innings 4, 5, and 6. We'll head over to the radio side while Dave Fleming is still on assignment. Nope. Close.
Tried to backdoor with that little curveball. He might throw it again 3-2. Just a little outside.
Rolled foul.
Look at bat. He's getting some pitches out of DeGrom.
And the walk.
Well, that is a great at bat.
So here's Bumgarner in a game that looks like it's going to be tight. We'll see if Bruce Bochy thinks about bunting Bumgarner. High drive, left field, foul.
I would take that as a no on the bunt. Big leg hit, hanging breaking ball, and just hooks it foul. But that's an exciting strike. Definitely at home run distance.
And he fouls this one. Heck, he threw him another breaking ball.
Came right back, same pitch. Here's the hanger. He hits foul. Boom. Yeah, he got it. Not a bit. And he's a bum fan. So you think he's psyched? Yeah.
I think he is. He should be. Bumgarner still hacking away.
And that's 3 mistakes up that DeGrom has made here to Bumgarner. And if Bumgarner's going to hurt you, it's going to be up.
Panik back. Panik's got 5 steals. It's been a while since Joe Panik has tried to steal a bag, ever since he's come back from that concussion. He just really hasn't run much at all. So it's 0-2 to Bumgarner. Lined into center field, and that's caught by Ruggiano. As Bumgarner hit it right on the nose.
Well, I think he justified not having the bunt there. And only an atom ball did him in.
So here's Span. Span double to open up the bottom of the first. And he takes a strike.
We're talking about how Denard Span doesn't take batting practice, and I said, well, why don't you like to hit batting practice? I said, yeah, I did the first month a little bit, but I said batting practice puts me in bad habits. I try to hit home runs, and I mean, pretty soon I'll lose my front shoulder, and I'm not taking the outside sink off a right-hander to left field. He says, I'm just better off if I don't.
All right. Line drive, left field, base hit. So Panik moves up to second. Span is 2 for 2. I'm starting to believe that you ought to just cancel batting practice for everybody.
Well, perhaps. I mean, he gets his swings in. It just doesn't do it outside. He does it in the cage with T-ball or T-work.
Kidding.
Soft toss.
Pagan struck out in the first inning. Had a good look at the fastball from Jacob deGrom. And he fouls it back, so he gets another one.
Just 95 knee high on the corners, and that's kind of how you sum up deGrom.
Panic at second. Span at first. Little cat and mouse game now going on between Pagan and deGrom. One ball and one strike with Belt on deck. .40 pitches for deGrom. Nope, very close though.
Tried to cut 90 in and tuck it in the outside corner. One thing deGrom has not done, at least not the first time through the lineup, is really pound the inside corner. He's been staying away.
Little pop up down the left field line, and it's going to fall.
Check it out, Dad. Look what I got. It's unbelievable. That's a moment that both those guys will never forget.
He's got every team covered, doesn't he?
Oh, yeah.
He's got both teams covered to try to get a ball.
Marketing genius, and he's 10 years old.
And another foul. Pagan.
Last 9 starts, the slider has been a pitch that he has gone to a lot. Didn't use it a whole lot early in the year, and now he's using it a lot more, especially with 2 strikes.
And another 2-2 pitch. Here it is. Fouled again.
He's coming right at him with 96. But it's been middle away.
I keep looking up at the miles per hour here at the park, and I keep seeing deGrom with 23 pitches, and I'm going, my goodness. Well, it's frozen. It's been like that for 2 innings. Foul back.
There's the slider at 91. More of a cutter, but the fact that he can paint on both sides, and really it's been pretty much paint one side tonight. The side he prefers is the away side And I think this time through the lineup, you may see the Giants just think away.
Well, this is a big pitch here. It's 3-2.
It's been a good battle between Pagan and DeGrom.
Panic and Span are your base runners. Runners go, hit on the ground. Flores takes it. Both runners advance. So here's Belt. Belt an opportunity to give the Giants a lead. Maybe not just a 1-run lead, but a 2-run lead.
Or a 3-run lead.
Or even that. He struck out as DeGrom went right after him with fastballs. No overshift for Belt, but Rivera is deep out into shallow right field. And Belt takes a low and in. A breaking ball. 1 ball and no strikes. So Pagan is at, or check that. Panic is at third and Span is at second. Foul.
Change-up and a good one. With 2 outs, you got good speed on the base pass, and they're going to get a 2-out jump. So unless it's an absolute bullet to Jay Bruce in right field, a base hit here would score 2 runs.
High and foul down the left field line. That'll be out of play.
See what Belt does against fastball hit 314, slider 276, cut fastball 214, changeup 212, and curveballs give him a problem, especially from right-handers that come into him.
On the ground, and this will end the inning. So the Giants strand a pair. John Miller will be in. I'll see you back here in the 7th. It's 0-0.
as advertised, a pitching duel. And as we go to the top of the 4th inning, there's no score. Joining us now, my pal, John Miller. Welcome.
I like pitching duels. 2 of the top pitchers in the game going head to head. World Series experience. It's fun.
They have it going right now. So, Giants keep creating opportunities. Sooner or later, they will get the money hit.
And they have really created some opportunities. And they have caused a rather hefty pitch count early on for Jacob deGrom. As the Mets come to bat here in the 4th inning. No score in the game, or no scoring. There is a score. It's 0-0. T.J. Rivera just got up to the big leagues 8 days ago. Fouled out to third his first time. That ball is hit high and foul off the left field line. And all the way back into the upper deck.
These are the moments that, for guys that like T.J. Rivera that just get to the big leagues, and he's in his 2nd week. These are the moments that really make you feel like you're a big leaguer. When you're facing a guy who's been a World Series hero, an MVP, Madison Bumgarner, a player of great postseason reputation. Now you're taking your at-bats against him. It's a guy you're watching on TV. Now you're part of the game. That includes Bumgarner, and it's a very cool moment. Call it playing against a baseball card.
And for some guys, it's a little bit surreal because it's hard to imagine that they're the actual guy facing this guy that they've only seen on TV before. 2-2 the count. I guess you have to kind of get over that quickly because now you're in the big leagues. You need to get a hit against him.
Well, you have to act like you belong here. But it does take some guys a little bit longer to hit the comfort zone and believe it.
Well, that's a base hit. He gets the hit against Madison Bumgarner, and he's been getting his hits. As Rivera, that's his 10th hit in 27 big league at bats. He's hitting 370 in the show. Now that's not the real Bumgarner, but it's a 3-dimensional Madison Bumgarner built out of Legos. You didn't build that, did you? You and the kids?
No, but I could have. I am into Legos.
Called a strike to Jay Bruce.
But it's really cool. I mean, and they really spent a lot of time to make it look exactly like the motion of Bumgarner. They did it with Legos.
Jay Bruce, who hit a home run against Bumgarner here in late July. Bruce has hit a couple of home runs as a Met. This is his 16th game with the Mets. He's only hitting 180 since going to the Mets. 0-0. We're in the 4th inning. Runner at first. Off the outside. Bruce hit a home run late in the game here back on July 27th. It broke a 1-1 tie against Bumgarner, and the Reds won that game 2-1. That was his 4th home run in 3 days. He's one of the few left-handed hitters who ever made AT&T Park look like a bandbox. No swing, says the third base umpire, Clint Fagan. 2-2.
You're talking how when Jay Bruce took his first at bat, how different he looks in the Mets uniform as opposed to the Reds uni. It's like a whole new guy.
And Bumgarner strikes him out for the 2nd straight time tonight. 1 away. Dodgers lost at Philadelphia 5-4. The Phillies came from behind in that game to beat LA. There it is. Ryan Howard had a home run, and Maikel Franco hit a 2-run homer that proved to be the winning hit. Brought him from a 4-3 deficit to the 5-4 lead in the late innings.
Hey, he's one of my favorite guys now.
And that's off the inside, ball 1. So the Phillies salvaged the final game of that series. The Dodgers won 2 out of 3. And the Giants gained ground with a victory here tonight. Wilmer Flores hitting cleanup, lined out to center his first time. That's T.J. Rivera back to first.
Is that a great shot or what? Mother-daughter. She's got probably mom's glove on.
Since the daughter was doing a little play-by-play. 2 balls, no strikes now.
Yeah, and she's singing the anthem too. Your sister.
Got the whole fam there. 1 out, a runner at first. And it is 3-0 to Flores. Travis d'Arnaud, the 5th place hitter, is on deck.
When you have 2 aces going at each other like we have tonight with Bumgarner and DeGrom, these are opportunities. If I'm Terry Collins on a 3-0 pitch to Flores, I'm saying get after it.
Well, he looked like he was taken all the way, didn't he?
Yeah, he was taken all the way. But I mean, if you think about it, those are opportunities. Because guys who become aces are guys that can make corner pitches when they're behind the count. In a 3-0 pitch, you're not thinking corner, you're thinking lay it in there. And that's just a great pitch to hit, especially against an ace.
Down off his foot. 3-2 the count.
And what's the one thing that they tell you every time you step out of the dugout to go take your bat? The last thing they tell you is get a good pitch to hit. You hear it every day around baseball.
Full count. All right. You think Rivera's taken off here? 3-2, 1 out.
Well, you have to bet on contact right here. If he thinks that Flores can make contact, then yeah, they're going to send him. Hit a bullet his first at bat.
There he goes. And it's a walk.
Well, Friday, August 26th is Superheroes and Comics Night presented by Adobe. Your special event ticket will include a collector's edition Giants Iron Man bobblehead and a ticket to see the Giants take on the Braves. Go to sfgiants.com/special events for more information.
1 week from tomorrow, after the Giants get back from LA. So the Mets have 2 men on. This is the first time they've gotten a runner as far as second base. Travis d'Arnaud, who struck out his first time, comes up. 0-0. The Giants in the first 3 innings have put 5 men on base. Had a couple of them wiped out on the base paths, and Bumgarner is low. He's not been able to get the ball in the strike zone. One ball, no strikes to d'Arnaud. Bumgarner ends up losing Flores. Fell behind him initially 3-0 and walked him on a 3-2 pitch. That ball is hit well down the left field line, hooking toward the corner. It is just foul. Pagan was giving chase. He didn't hit it all that hard. I guess out off the end of the bat. It's a ball and a strike.
Now Pagan was playing him over towards the left center field gap, so they were giving him the line. He plays normal left field position. He's probably going to get over there in time to make that play. But I guarantee that when that thing left the bat, there was some concern in the mind of Madison Bumgarner.
Travis d'Arnaud using that bat, Wilmer Flores bat. A maple bat. Rivera at second, Flores at first. And the count goes to 2-1. No runs, 1 hit. Or rather, I keep looking at the scoreboard, which is not working right now. No runs, 3 hits for the Mets. The Giants, no runs, 4 hits. Two and 1 the count. And now 3-1. Justin Ruggiano is on deck. Giants placed starting pitcher Matt Cain on the disabled list with some lower back tightness, and brought back Corey Guerin from the minor leagues, a right-hander. And that's another walk. Bumgarner's walked 2 in a row.
Well, he's also walked a run over to third base with 1 out, and that's a mistake.
Dave Righetti's going to go out and talk to him.
I mean, with 2 outs, you walk a run over to third, not a big deal. But if you put a runner at third base by way of the walk with less than 2 outs, then that's asking for trouble. And now immediately, it puts Bumgarner into a strikeout situation. I think after what we saw yesterday with Matt Cain, who was cruising along through 4 brilliant innings, he got in the 5th inning and all of a sudden lost it with a hit basket and 3 walks. Giants a little sensitive here to walks. And make no mistake, this is a golden opportunity for New York.
It's Rivera who singled, Flores who walked, and Darno at first who walked. Tom Goodwin, former Giant, Northern California native, is the first base coach for the Mets. He was over chatting with Darno. The infield double play depth here for Ruggiano, who singled his first time in the dirt. Bumgarner rubs up the ball. We got a new one. So Ruggiano, who hits lefties well, and he's hit Bumgarner well. 4 for 10 with 2 home runs in his career against him. There you see it. A ball and a strike.
He's going to try and elevate that fastball. He's going to try and get on the hands.
Tense moments here. Strike 2.
Backdoor breaking ball, a little cutter on the outside corner. So now, in a 1-2 count, he's definitely thinking, put this guy away myself. He'd go right back out there.
Kelly Johnson is on deck. Ooh. Bumgarner thought he had it.
There's Bochy showing a little frustration. Comes back, same pitch, just as a little bit low for Brian Gorman, who is a good ball and strike umpire.
2-2. Foul ball. Still 2 balls, 2 strikes.
It's the previous pitch that did not get called a strike, just a little bit low.
Bases loaded, 1 out. And a 2-ball, 2-strike count to Ruggiano. He's been around a long time and he's a tough hitter against left-handed pitchers, including Bumgarner.
Got a battle going on right now. I mean, remember, Ruggiano's got some pretty good numbers against Bumgarner, so you know he sees him well. And from Bumgarner's perspective, he's given Ruggiano his #1 effort. He wants the strikeout.
This turned into a high-stress inning for Bumgarner. And the curveball, and Ruggiano laid off. Good work by Ruggiano. And so the moment of truth has arrived in this at bat. The Mets, as a team, have not hit well in spots like this year. Ruggiano, on the other hand, has not been a Met for very long. This is only his 4th game with the Mets. Deep into center. Span. a grand slam. Justin Ruggiano hits a grand slam against Bumgarner.
Boy, and he does it at 2-strike count. And he takes on the deep part of the yard, and he clears center field easily. He had to come in the strike zone. And Ruggiano really squares it up, backspins it. And Span just flat out runs out of room. Ouch.
Third career home run, and that's a base hit for Kelly Johnson. The Giants were overloaded to the right against him, playing into pull, and he crossed him up. That's the third home run for Ruggiano against Bumgarner in only 11 career at-bats. Here's Ty Kelly, the rookie outfielder, playing left field tonight, singled his first time, and it's 0-1.
Frustrating for Bumgarner because he thought he had him struck out. And Ruggiano lived to see more pitches and winds up capitalizing on it big time.
Holding it first is Johnson. Justin Ruggiano with the grand slam in his 8th at bat as a Met. Second career grand slam for him. That's a base hit. So 5 consecutive Mets have reached base since Bumgarner struck out Jay Bruce for the what up till now is the only out of the inning. 6 have reached base in the inning. 4 runs are in, and now they've gotten another would-be rally started here with 2 men on, and Jacob deGrom at the plate. Big swing there.
Well, it just gives you an idea of what Terry Collins, the skipper of the Mets, thinks about deGrom as a hitter. He's letting him hack. George Cantos starting to head down to the Giants bullpen.
A mighty cut.
deGrom stepped into the batter's box this time, and he did indeed have a little protective piece on his arm. Didn't have it his first at bat, and almost got drilled in a bunt situation. One of the coaches pointed out, hey, you need to cover up that golden arm, pal.
And that bunt is foul, strike 3. So after he got to 2 strikes, then he tried to lay down the bunt.
I think that was his own idea. He's kind of drag bunting.
Six strikeouts for Bumgarner. And finally the second out of the inning after 5 Mets in a row had reached. And this is Jose Reyes. Grounded to short and hit a comebacker into a double play. George Cantos warming up in the Giants bullpen. 2 men on, 2 men out. Popped up foul. Nunez and Posey go toward it, but it's out of play.
Hey, you got a ball. And that's the I got a ball dance. They learned that at a very young age.
Beautiful. Crawford out. 9 men bat for the Mets, and 4 of them score on one swing of Justin Ruggiano's bat.
Giants. It may not be reproduced or retransmitted in any form, and the accounts and descriptions of this game may not be disseminated without the express written consent of San Francisco Baseball Associates, LLC.
Buster Posey leads off for the Giants. It's 4-0 Mets as we go to the last of the fourth. Posey grounded out to second his first time. He's never had a hit against DeGrom so far. And that in there at the knees for a called strike. Buster, when I say so far, not that he's faced DeGrom that often. It's only 6 at-bats for him against DeGrom, but 0 for 6. Brandon Crawford, Hunter Pence to follow. 0-2.
2 pitches, 2 off-speed pitches. Really broke Posey down there in a 0-1 count with a changeup.
One and two. Well, DeGrom is, when you look at his numbers, it looks like he'd be a Cy Young Award candidate. Until you look at his one-loss record, he's got 7 wins in 21 starts. Darno. Safe. Buster not running that well after missing a couple of games. And the bench coach, Dick Scott, on the phone to the video room. Let's see, what do we think?
I don't think that one's coming back. I think it's tie.
Ball's got to be in the webbing of the glove before the foot hits the bag. Otherwise, it's a hit.
Quinn Wolcott, the first base umpire, making the call.
Excellent call. I think that's one thing we've seen with replay is that they get most of those calls right. But we now have the replay where when they get one wrong, it can be corrected. Here is Brandon Crawford. Line drive into center. That's going to be a base hit.
Kite called it. He said Brandon Crawford's going to have a great 4 days because Terry Collins, the manager of the Mets, who is the skipper of the All-Star team this year, did not pick Brandon Crawford.
Let's check in now with our colleague Amy G.
All right, guys, Mike Rucco, you know this more than anyone. If you're a professional athlete, you got to put on a brave face every day, whether you feel like it or not. Our Geico quote tonight coming from the sports virus, it's Joe Panic. I'm a very emotional player. People just don't see it. I hold it in, I hide it in certain ways, but I care. And just because you might show that you're even keeled doesn't mean that you don't care. Couldn't be more true, guys.
All right, that's interesting quote from Joe Panic. Just trying to explain something.
Well, I mean, it's their lives. It's going on their baseball cards.
Hunter Pence, 2 men on, nobody out.
You know, when they're not winning games, look, it hurts all of us who watch them and root for them. But it hurts them deeply because they feel like they're letting everybody down. I mean, that's the one thing you feel when you're not playing well and not winning games. They know the type of support they get here. They just are disappointed. They're not justifying it right now.
Ball and a strike now to Pence, who grounded into a double play his first time. Giants have now had 7 men reach base in this game. We're in the 4th inning. 2 in this inning. Posey with an infield hit. Crawford with a single to center. Crawford is 2 for 2 tonight. Nobody out. That's a base hit, left center field. Buster Posey going to be waved home, and Crawford will go to third. The ball goes right past Reyes to the middle of the infield to DeGrom. And it's 4-1 Mets. 3 straight hits for the Giants to start their half of the 4th inning.
And they're getting the crowd into the game, and that's something they've not been able to do a lot of. When you have a 41,000 plus crowd every night here, I mean, that's an asset you need to plug into. That's energy. And when you're looking for energy, you get them excited, they're going to get you excited. Little breaking ball stays down nicely through it. 2-1 Giants.
So Buster Posey has scored a run. He reached on an infield hit. Buster does not get many of those. Here is Nunez. He singled into left center his first time, but was thrown out trying to stretch it into a 2-out double. Down the right field line. That ball is a fair ball into the corner. Crawford scores. Pence is going to be waved. Here comes the throw in. It gets by Rivera. A triple for Nunez. 2-run score, and the Giants are now down by just a run. Still nobody out.
And that's how you answer. Not a bad pitch either. A little two-seamer coming back on the outside corner. And Nunez is staying right down through it, taking what DeGrom gives him. What a beautiful picture of how still his head was. And she has shaved the foul line.
Nunez with his third triple as a Giant, his fourth triple of the year. 4-3 the score. Ground ball to a middle infielder could tie the game. Joe Panik takes a called strike. Panik walked his first time, and he had a great, fiercely determined plate appearance his first time.
He did. And he went from a 1-2 count, fought off some severe fuzz, and milked the walk. Great at bat.
Along the left field line, slicing foul. Ooh.
Well, she doesn't know if she should cry or be happy. It's all right, with my dad.
Two strikes to count to Joe Panik. Nunez, the runner at third. Nobody out. 3 runs in for the Giants. And he chased. 1 away.
And that'll be a dejected walk back to the Giants dugout. So DeGrom in a strikeout situation gets the strikeout he wants.
Bumgarner. Every swing Bumgarner took against DeGrom in the third inning was a good one. Hit a foul ball home run. And finally hit a ball at 106 miles an hour, but caught by the center fielder. The infield comes in. And after the way Bumgarner hit the ball a couple of times in the third inning, that can't be comfortable if you're one of those infielders having to move in that close.
It kind of feels like a full moon game. Well, here's the foul ball. That was the first pitch hanging slider that he hits about 370 feet just to the foul side of the foul pole. An impressive strike. Designer strike.
Off his foot.
A few times we've seen DeGrom go into the inside corner with the fastball. And there's the Bumgarner fan club.
So Bumgarner himself trying to knock in the tying run. Nunez at third. The infield is in. No balls, 2 strikes to count. Almost a wild pitch.
That's a great play by Darno, the catcher. When you have a guy who has such great command like DeGrom has, you know, you can get caught flat-footed, and that wasn't even close.
And a foul back out of play.
Looked like a changeup.
Also way up and in to Bumgarner. 1 ball, 2 strikes. Denard Span on deck. That's got 4 runs here in the fourth on the grand slam by Ruggiano. The Giants had 3 back so far. 1 out, runner at third. And That one almost hit him. And he had a foul ball. We're in the 4th inning. Madison Bumgarner trying to help himself and his team with the bat. He's knocked in 5 runs this year. Going to the outside this time. And missing. 96 miles an hour, down and away. Didn't look like the target given by Darno was like 8 inches off the outside, just the target.
Well, I think they feel that Bumgarner's in the swing mode, and he would chase. I mean, that I think is why they set that target way wide.
He's out there again. That ball is hit high and deep. Left center field. At the wall. Adios! Pelota! Bumgarner goes deep. And the Giants have gone ahead 5-4. Third home run of the year for Madison Bumgarner.
And that lit this place up like a big old candle. And look at the energy in the dugout.
Denard Spandau, who's had a double and a single in this game. Strike one. It was 4-0 Mets when the Giants came to bat. It's now 5-4 Giants, still batting with 1 out. And the changeup 0-2.
And here's the challenge fastball. It's away from the intended location. They sent the target away. It comes up middle in. This is room service for Madison Bumgarner. And about 400 other guys in this league. And he didn't get it all. I mean, it just gives you an idea how strong he is. He didn't pure it. And he does it in a 2-strike count. And that even makes it hurt a little bit more.
Oh. Well, he said he foul tipped that ball. And it looks like Span is asking, well, did it bounce?
Well, I think his plea is falling on dead ears. Ryan Gorman said, I didn't hear it.
And the Giants are asking the video room to find out whether it bounced or not.
Change up. Yeah, he did. Looked to me like he got a piece of it.
And it bounced. Well, and the umpire gives the foul ball signal.
I mean,
it's not a challengeable play, apparently.
Just a bad break for the Giants.
Pagan, shallow center. Rivera going out from second. And the inning is over. 8 batters come up for the Giants. 5 of them score. Pence knocked in 1. Nunez knocked in 2 with a triple. And then Madison Bumgarner. Tell it bye-bye, baby, as Russ Hodges used to say. 5-4 Giants. Now Madison Bumgarner back to his day job. And the Mets have the same guys coming up in the same order that came up to face him in the 4th inning, starting with T.J. Rivera, the rookie, who got a base hit to start that 4-run rally. Playing his 9th major league game. Bumgarner, who ended up seeing the strike zone dance around on him in that 4th inning, and he starts out behind 2-0 to Rivera.
Chance for a shutdown inning.
That's a foul. 2-1. Jay Bruce on deck. Bumgarner's home run, by the way, was his 14th. That moved him ahead of Fat Freddie Fitzsimmons. Pitched for the Giants back from 1925 through 1937. 13 years, hit 13 home runs.
Fat Freddie?
Fat Freddie. And he has tight Clint Hartung, who hit 14. The bat snaps in two. The ball goes foul. Much of the bat ends up out at shortstop. Look at that one. That's a lethal looking jagged edge. Johnny Antonelli and Hal Schumacher tied for the top spot in the Giants all-time list of home run hitting pitchers with 15. So Bumgarner's just one behind him. Clint Hartung was on base as a pinch runner when Bobby Thompson hit the famous home run to win the pennant in 1951 for the Giants. In those days, he was not a pitcher. They thought he was going to be a big home run hitter. He had a home run record in the minor leagues. Never panned out for him in the big leagues. They ended up switching him, and he became a pitcher. Remember 51, the greatest comeback in history. There were teams who were further behind in terms of games behind and came back and won, but not as late in the season as those Giants. 44 games to play. Those Giants were 13.5 back of the Dodgers. That's a base hit. T.J. Rivera is back at it here. His 2nd straight hit. Giants baseball on CSN Bay Area is brought to you by the Monterey Bay Aquarium. Submerge yourself at MontereyBayAquarium.org/love.
Love.
Not submerge, but submerge.
Submerge.
Is that a full moon? Looks pretty full to me.
Yeah, I'm going with full moon. This game has the feeling of a full moon game. And I mean, always night games and full moons, it always promises to have a little weirdness to it. This does not feel like your normal game.
Well, we expected a great pitchers duel with Bumgarner up against DeGrom, and that's what we were getting through 3 innings. The Mets got 4 runs in the 4th. The Giants got 5. Right to second. Panic. No chance to double up Rivera. Jay Bruce makes contact for the first time. He had struck out his first 2 at bats. Now he's 0 for 3. George Cantos up in the bullpen again. Here comes the cleanup hitter, Wilmer Flores. Mets are really short-handed. Lucas Duda, their slugging left-handed hitting first baseman, out for the year. Yoenis Cespedes, their slugging right-handed hitting outfielder, is out, although he's expected back tomorrow.
Yeah, tomorrow is due date for him.
Back out of play. Also expected back tomorrow, Asdrubal Cabrera, their regular second baseman. And their regular shortstop. Neil Walker, the regular second baseman, he's missing with some lower back problems. David Wright, their veteran third baseman, out for the year. So here's Flores. He's hitting cleanup with all those guys missing. He got 12 home runs for the year. Tonight is lined out to center and walked. He's the guy who got the first of those walks. Here you see all the guys missing. Cabrera, Cespedes, Duda, Matt Harvey, who had the thoracic syndrome surgery. Nunez, here's one. Panic to first. 2, a double play. Last of the 5th now. Belt, Posey, Crawford coming up. From LA, a week from Friday, the Atlanta Braves will be in town 26th through the 28th. Saturday the 27th, the Giants are giving away Sergio Romo portable speakers to the first 20,000 fans, courtesy of Good Neighbor Pharmacy. And on Sunday the 28th, the first 40,000 fans will receive a Mike Krukow bobblehead presented by CSN Bay Area. sfgiants.com/tickets. Brandon Belt out toward Death Valley. Jay Bruce gets there. Wrong place to hit it.
Well, wrong ballpark to hit that kind of a line drive, only because the right fielder takes away the right center field gap. They play off the line, so what would probably be a gap double at least, and about 90% of the ballparks around the big leagues, it's a big league hang with them here.
It's a funny thing because you would think, based on the dimensions, it's like an unintended consequence of that big gap in right center. Posey, and it's called a strike. Buster got an infield hit to start that 5-run 4th inning rally. Corey Guerin, by the way, is up in the Giants bullpen. Bumgarner's thrown 89 pitches in 5 innings. Strike 2 call. But because I think when we all saw that 309 marker down the right field line, there's Guerin, number 62, just off the disabled list today. We thought if you hit one down the right field line, you can get a cheap home run here. Well, almost nobody ever hits one right down the right field line for a cheap home run. And the conventional wisdom is that balls get knocked down most of the time to right field here.
Well, especially from right-handed hitters. You just don't get carry. And the arcade, there's chain link fence there, and wind comes through the wall there, and it pushes against balls that are hit.
Buster. And Wilmer Flores takes it unassisted, put out, 2 down.
And if you're hitting from the right side, you need backspin to get it out over the wall in right field. And when you have wind pushing against it, it just gets knocked down.
At Fenway Park, where they have the big wall and a short porch out in left field, high fly balls by left-handed hitters routinely scrape off that wall. And I think we thought that similar kind of thing would happen here, but for right-handed hitters, but it has not been that way. But meanwhile, they play way off the line into the gap because of that big gap to try to cut off triples and inside the park homers. And they catch a lot of balls that would be gap hits, extra base hits in most other ballparks.
So they bunch the gaps, they give the lines, and that's pretty much the standard set defensively by the outfields that come into this ballpark. And every team plays about the same.
Crawford, that's his 3rd hit.
Take that, Terry Collins.
3 hits in 3 at bats by Brandon, not an all-star, Crawford. And
that's right. He called it. He said, you know what? Crawford's going off this whole 4 days because Collins did not pick him for the all-star team.
And then even when he tried to explain it, he was like, oh, I have a perfectly logical explanation for it. What?
It was tired.
It did not explain it. Hunter Pence has grounded into a double play and had an RBI single. He knocked in the Giants' first run back in the 4th inning. A little bit low. And DeGrom looks a little frustrated. Last of the 5th. The Giants leading 5-4. Hunter Pence, who's had 1 home run since coming back from the disabled list. Through the right side. Crawford's going to keep on going. Jay Bruce, a strong arm, cut off by Reyes. Crawford into 3rd, runners at 1st and 3rd with 2 down. Single by Pence.
We're going to make that our forward right choice. And the one key we talked about when Hunter Pence was struggling, you have to be able to hit the ball the other way and drive it, get plate coverage. That is his key. Another opposite field base hit. He's really come to life to that side of the field here in the last week. And with 2 outs, an easy take at 3rd base for Crawford, even despite the strong arm from Jay Bruce in right field.
Dan Warthen, the pitching coach for the Mets, out to the mound. Roberto Kelly alongside Brandon Crawford at 3rd base. And the Giants against Jacob deGrom now have 11 hits in 4 2/3 innings. Rather shockingly. deGrom had allowed only 111 hits in 133 1/3 innings all year coming into this game. 11 hits for the Giants. So here's Nunez. He has a single and a triple. And now he has another single and a run batted in, his third of the game. Crawford scores. Pence to second. 6-4 Giants.
Boy, the 5, 6, 7 spots in the Giants lineup tonight are on fire. That's 8 for 9 between the three of them. And this is all 2 outs. And Nunez really staying in, just like he did with his previous at bat when he had the triple in the 4th inning. Inside out, staying to the right side of the field.
deGrom got the first 2 hitters, Belt and Posey, but then Crawford singled, Pence singled. Now Nunez is singled with a run scoring. Nunez 3 for 3 with 3 batted in. Come to think of it, he wasn't named to the All-Star team either.
Well, that's right.
Or what? No, he was named to the All-Star team.
Well, not the National League All-Star team.
That's right. Panic back to the screen. Nunez made the American League All-Star team as the only representative from the Minnesota Twins. Brandon Crawford has now twice been knocked in by Nunez tonight. Panic has walked and struck out. Down the left field line, it is fair. A fair ball. Pence scores. Nunez flies around third. He scores, standing up. A double for Joe Panic. And now it's a 3-run inning and 8 runs in the game for the Giants against deGrom. The Dodgers, who lost today in Philly, and the Giants now with an 8-4 lead here.
2-seam fastball running away, stays with it, throws it right down the left field line. He almost had a hit in his previous bat the same way. This one looks like it hits the line. And it does. Paint flies up. And this is all happening with 2 outs.
4 straight 2-out hits for the Giants. Bumgarner, who put the Giants ahead in the 4th inning with a 2-run homer. And with Guerin having been up and throwing throughout this inning, this may be Bumgarner's final appearance in this game. 8-4 Giants. Bumgarner has lined out to center and hit a 2-run homer. 0-2. The Mets have Josh Edgin, a left-hander, warming up in their bullpen. Joe Panic from Hopewell Junction, New York, not far from New York City. So a big hit for him. For the folks back home. Remember last year when they went into New York, and a big group of people from Hopewell Junction were at Citi Field, and Panic had a great series. Every time he'd do something big with the bat, they'd hold up signs saying "Panic Attack." So there's a lot of panic attacks going on in Hopewell Junction right now, we're guessing. Strike 3 call. But the Giants get 3 more runs. 8 runs in the last 2 innings against deGrom. Nunez with an RBI single to right. Crawford scoring. And then Joe Panic, the New Yorker, a 2-run double along the left field line. 8-4 Giants. 13 hits for the Giants, who lead 8-4 as we go to the 6th. Pitching change, though, for the Giants. Corey Guerin on in relief of Madison Bumgarner. When it's time for a change, think Speedy Oil Change and Auto Service. Your oil change, tune-up, and brake experts. Guerin just back from the disabled list, and that's a first pitch single to left by Travis d'Arnaud. The night of the full moon. Those are scary movies with werewolves and vampires and whatnot. It's always on a full moon when things start happening. I just always thought, got to stay away from the Moors, whatever those are.
Well, you did pretty good. You stayed away. Yeah, why is it about the full moon?
And Wolfbane, bad.
Yeah, bad Wolfbane. Bad Wolfbane.
That's a foul by Ruggiano, who hit a grand slam in the 4th inning against Bumgarner.
Now, this was a 3-2 swing of the bat, and really a spirited at bat. And a bat that Bumgarner thought he had him struck out earlier in the at bat. And it runs full. 3rd home run he has had lifetime against Bumgarner. Go figure.
Spins that one in there at the knees for a called strike. 0-2 to Ruggiano. Singled in the 2nd and hit the grand slam in the 4th. And a guy who's had great success against Bumgarner finishes the night now 5 hits and 11 at bats against Bumgarner and 3 home runs. Pretty good take there on a pretty good 2-strike slider. There is Jerry Blevins up in the Mets bullpen. DeGrom is due up 5th in this inning. He's given up 8 runs and 13 hits in 5 innings. This is going to be one of the worst games DeGrom's ever had in the big leagues.
Well, very uncharacteristic.
Just got a piece of it. The highest percentage of runs scored from home runs in a single season in the history of the National League. And the Mets would have that record if they stayed at this pace all year. Over 50% of their runs, including 100% of their runs tonight. The 1956 Cincinnati Reds, who hit 221 home runs, a time major league record, had the all-time record at 47%. And that's a base hit. And 2 men are on against Corey Guerin. Let's check in with Amy G.
All right, John, a great time had by all last night at the Jake Peavy Foundation benefit concert. Bunch of Giants showed up and a ton of fans packed the house at the Fillmore. Pretty special place to play indeed. They raised a lot of money for awesome causes. At the Can't Stop the Train concert, it was a tribute to Jerry Garcia. Pretty appropriate. Talking about it tonight. Special guests included Phil Lesh and Tim Flannery, and you know you're going to have a good time if Flan's involved for sure. Hey, maybe it's exactly what they needed. And this one wants to be on TV with me. Did you hear that? Yeah. I think you probably can be on TV with me. Yeah.
Okay.
Amy G.
Kelly Johnson with 2 men on, nobody out. And Will Smith, a left-hander, up in the Giants bullpen. By the way, we did check Jacob DeGrom, the most runs and the most hits, both, that he has ever allowed in a big league game.
Well, and he did it with a 4-run lead. That itself is remarkable, because DeGrom's a good front runner.
0-2.
Guy who pitches well when you give him the lead. Not tonight. Will Smith up and throwing. One thing about Corey Guerin, I mean, he's going to get a lot of movement, a lot of sink. I mean, he's a guy that can get a ground ball and get 2 outs in 1 pitch in a hurry. High sidearm delivery.
Johnson 1 for 2 in the game.
Good
1-2.
pitch. Good location, 0-2.
Guerin was pitching very effectively for the Giants in the first half of the year, to the extent that at one point he really became the eighth inning setup man in front of the closer. That ball is hit hard into center. Span gets there. Going back to tag up Darno, and he moves over to third. That ball was just clobbered. So far, Guerin has not been fooling anybody. The batter will be Ty Kelly. And with the left-handed hitter up, here comes Bruce Bochy. He's got the left-hander, Will Smith, ready in the bullpen. 8-4, the Giants ahead here in the sixth inning. Long way to go yet in this game.
Well, Bochy's got a 9-man bullpen, and he's going to use them.
So Will Smith will come in. Guerin goes a third of an inning. Leaves with 2 men on and 1 man out. We'll be right back.
It'll be tomorrow night. Giants taking on the Mets, game 2 of this 4-game series. 7 o'clock game, pregame live at 6:30. You'll see it right here at CSN Bay Area. Plus, complete pre and post game coverage. And Giants insider Alex Pavlovich. And the home of the authentic Giants fan is right here at CSN Bay Area. Tomorrow night, it's going to be Johnny Cueto taking on Steven Matz, the left-hander.
There is Will Smith in for the Giants bullpen here with 2 men on, 1 man out. The switch hitter Ty Kelly will move around and bat right-handed against him. The middle infield double play debt. Belt on the bag at first with the runner Ruggiano. Called a strike.
See a low 90s fastball and a curveball and a slider from Smith. And he's got good stuff. I mean, he can get righties out just as well as lefties. He is not a loogie.
Loogie?
A left-handed only guy.
That one is into the gap. Left center field. Pagan can't get to it. This is going to get 2 runs home. Darno has scored. Ruggiano around third. And Kelly into third. And so Kelly, the rookie, gets his 3rd consecutive hit. A 2-run triple. And now it is 8-6 Giants.
Let's take a look at the pitch. 2-seam fastball. They set the target away. It comes middle in. And Kelly right there to take advantage of the mislocation. Pagan trying to cut it off, realizes he can't get there. Once it gets past Pagan with Kelly's speed, it's an easy triple.
So there's Kelly at third on a 3-for-3 night. And here is Rene Rivera, the pinch hitter for Jacob deGrom. Dug out of the dirt by Buster Posey. Rene Rivera hitting .216 with 5 home runs, but he's had 1 pinch hit at bat this year and hit a 2-run homer. One ball, one strike. Rivera. Giants used to see him when he was with the San Diego Padres a couple years ago, and he had his best year as a big leaguer.
And it seems like he's always been a tough out for the Giants. And he leads the league in protective gear, I might add. Elbow pads, shin guard pads.
1-2. He walks away talking to himself.
I mean, in regards to shin guard pads, I mean, he's got over the top of his foot. I mean, he could, and he's a catcher. He could go out there and catch with that thing.
One ball, two strikes. Kelly at third. Going for the strikeout. Taken for a ball. 2-2. The Giants had the 8-4 lead after the Mets had a 4-0 lead. But the Mets have, as soon as the Giants have gone to the bullpen here, cut their lead in half and threatening to cut even deeper into it here with a runner at third and one out. That'll get the run home. Crawford's plays to first, and that's a very profitable out for Rene Rivera, and it is 8-7 Giants.
Well, we said it was going to be all about pitching tonight.
Just wasn't kind of the way we thought the pitching would do.
No, it was not.
We thought it was going to be all about the great pitching of Madison Bumgarner and Jacob deGrom. Both of those premier starters, early exits, each went 5 innings. Bumgarner, 4 runs, 7 hits allowed. deGrom in 5 innings, 8 runs, 13 hits allowed. The worst game by far of his major league career. Now the Giants bullpen has been touched up for 3 in the 6th inning. 2 down, nobody on. Reyes, base hit on a 2-strike count.
That wasn't a hanger either. He went down and beat a good pitch.
His first hit of the game.
Now, when Reyes first got to the big leagues, this was automatic steal situation. Not stealing like he used to, but still, this is a situation where if you have any base stealing skills at all, you should be going.
TJ Rivera comes up, the rookie who's had 2 hits tonight, and Reyes is the possible tying run over at first base. Tom Goodwin, who was a pretty good base stealer in his playing days, over to speak to Reyes. Reyes had only played 21 games for the Mets before tonight. Has had 4 steals in 6 tries. That ball is smoked. Pagan gets there. Wow. The Mets with 3 runs and 4 hits in the inning. It's a 1-run game. That's the catch by Pagan. He'll be coming up second in the last of the 6th.
is brought to you by Toyota. Hurry in for Toyota's annual clearance event to get an incredible deal on the 2016 Toyota you want before they're gone. Toyota, let's go places. By Kelly Moore Paints, celebrating 70 years at your neighborhood paint store. And by Xfinity. X1 from Xfinity will change the way you experience TV.
24, Willie Mays Plaza, home of the Giants, and here's Jerry Blevins, the new Mets pitcher, on in relief of Jacob deGrom. And that is a base hit on the first pitch for Denard Span, his third hit of the night. When it's time for a change, think Speedy Oil Change and Auto Service, your oil change, tune-up, and brake experts.
Jerry Blevins, the new pitcher now for the Mets. Blevins, 32 years of age, 7-year veteran, 6'6", 190-pounder. This is what he has done. 55 games. He's a workhorse, 4-pitch pitcher. You're going to see a high 80s fastball with a curveball, slider, and a changeup. More strikeouts than innings pitched.
Angel Pagan, 0 for 3 against his old team, the Mets. He is struck out, grounded to first, and popped up to second. All of that against Jacob deGrom. Got the call on the inside, 0-1. Dodgers lost in Philly earlier this evening, 5-4. On the out-of-town scoreboard, Cubs won over Milwaukee, 9-6. Jake Arrieta got roughed up. He had a very rough game, 5 2/3 innings. He walked 7, gave up 5 runs, but he got the win. Off the inside. I think the Cubs they're 18-3 now, going back to the end of July. That's the way they started the season, and that is the way they have heated up here as the stretch run is underway. Ball and a strike to Pagan. He's had a hit in each of the last 15 games, and usually more than one. And he's got one here. That's his 23rd hit in the last 16 games. Span stops at second, and Brandon Belt will come up with 2 men on and nobody out. First hit of the night for Pagan, hit number 15 for the Giants.
You start talking about hit streaks when you hit around 15, so that's 16, and each day he gets a knock, it's going to get to be a bigger story and a bigger story. And hitting streaks in the National League right now, Angel Pagan is the leader with 16. Charlie Blackmon, Adrian Gonzalez, all hot as well. Those are the current streaks going on.
His first year with the Giants, 2012. He had 2 different hitting streaks of 20 games. His longest as a Giant.
Well, you know what that tells you?
What?
He's streaky.
Here's Brandon Belt, and the spin move towards second.
That's so close to a balk.
Mets have been giving up a lot of steals this year. 108 steals allowed by the Mets. By comparison, the Giants have allowed 49. Brandon Belt, who has not had a hit tonight, is struck out, grounded out to first, and flied out to right center.
I always thought it was easier to steal third base off of left-handed pitchers than it was right-handed pitchers. Because the right-handed pitchers, they have to be quick out of the stretch. They have to have slide steps. A lot of lefties, they don't. They get by in deception, and their unload time can be way slower than the average unload time. And because of that, I think, like right now, Blevins' unload time is right around 1.75 seconds. Average unload time, acceptable unload time when you're in the stretch is 1.25. So 1.75 seconds, that's going to give a guy a chance to steal a base. And with nobody out or one out, I mean, that's a big 90 feet to get if you can get it. And if that pitcher's helping you get it, take it.
Mets have action going in their bullpen. A right-hander with the right-handed hitting Posey on deck. Hansel Robles, number 47, up in the bullpen. Ricky Bonas, a former major league pitcher, a right-hander, number 25, the bullpen coach for the Mets. Curveball, and that's a foul. Out of play. Lower deck. 2-2.
Yeah, he made the play. Didn't need a glove. Didn't need that guy hanging on his back either. I mean, a little rough up there tonight. All smiles though.
2-2 the count to Brandon Belt. Span started and then stopped as he saw the ball stay in front of Darno. Full count now to Brandon Belt. Now with nobody out, because you might think with 3 balls 2 strikes maybe the runners will take off here. A lot of managers don't like to send runners with a 3-2 count with nobody out.
Well, and a left-handed hitter up too. It's a wide open slot for a catcher to throw to third.
But also if they run and he hits a line drive right at somebody, it's a triple play.
Yeah.
Three and 2 the count. They're not going. And that is another strikeout for Belt. He's 0 for 4 tonight. So 1 away. And now Buster Posey. Buster's had 1 hit, and it was an infield hit in the 4th inning. He just barely beat it out as Derek Law heads down to the bullpen for the Giants.
This is an interesting play right here by Terry Collins, the manager of the Mets, to allow Blevins to face Posey. Now they have a left-handed hitter on deck, Brandon Crawford, which is why he's staying in the game. But he's really rolling the dice right now, letting Blevins pitch to Posey.
Buster has not gotten the ball out of the infield in this game. That's a called strike. And Buster looked a little unhappy with himself there. Or maybe the umpire. Either one. But he walked away talking to himself. Robles is in the bullpen, but he's all warmed up and now he's just taking a breather. Having a seat.
It's tough if you're sitting behind the guy. I mean, you can't tell the player, dude, I can't see. Hansel. El Teco El Heiko. You're blocking the fans' view.
Oh, and 2 now to Buster. Maybe there's something personal there between Robles and that fan.
I just know this guy right now is not happy. Now, if he's not happy, what do you think this guy's thinking? That is some stank guy. I don't blame him.
Oh, and 2 to Buster. 2 men on, 1 out. Right to third, could be 2. There's 1. Rivera back to first. Inning over. Dwayne Kuiper along for the 7th. On to the 7th, 8-7 Giants.
by your local Toyota dealer. We promised you a pitching duel tonight, and we didn't get a pitching duel. 8-7. Giants on top. 15 hit night for the Giants, 10 for the Mets. For Eduardo Nunez, 3 for 3. Madison Bumgarner went 5 innings. He had a 2-run homer. And Justin Ruggiano, 3 for 3 with a grand slam off of Madison Bumgarner. And for Jacob deGrom, a career high 13 hits and 8 runs allowed. That is our Toyota game summary. And it is brought to you by your local Toyota dealer. So now, Will Smith will face Jay Bruce. Probably going to be the last hitter that he faces in this game. And the first pitch breaking ball, strike one. Bruce on the night, 0 for 3 with a couple of strikeouts. Dramatically different than when the Giants last saw Jay Bruce as a member of the Reds. In that series, he had 4 home runs. Swing and a miss, strike 2. So we go to the top of the 7th. It's 8-7 Giants, and once again, here's Dwayne Kuiper.
All right, thanks, Mike. 0-2 to Jay Bruce. Those two guys coming out of the same division, the National League Central, are not strangers. Got him. So Bruce Bochy comes out. It's going to be Derek Law when it's time for a change. Think Speedy Oil Change and Auto Service, your oil change tune-up and brake experts. We'll be back. As Derek Law comes into the ball game.
Take a look at the numbers for Law as he comes into his 50th game. 44 strikeouts against 8 walks. Just a very strong rookie season for Derek Law. Mid-90s fastball, curveball, slider, changeup.
So 1 out, and here's Wilmer Flores. For you folks who watch the Open, listen to the pregame show with Kelly and Jeremy, and listen to what we had to say about this game is expect a low-scoring game.
Yeah.
Those are the experts.
If you'd have told me that the over-under was 4 runs, I'd have taken the under. Seriously.
Well, we're not the experts anymore after this one. I'm telling you.
No, full moon. We forgot the full moon factor.
I think tomorrow just go into the stands, get 2 people out, and ask their opinion.
Yeah, well.
And a strike at the knees, 2-2. Well, look, the numbers tell the story. Coming in, DeGrom a 2.30 ERA, Bumgarner a 2.11 ERA. It's going to be a low-scoring game. And until I see different, and I just have, all right. Down the right field line, this will be out of play. But I mean, when you think about this one, the Giants didn't know much about T.J. Rivera. They do now. They didn't know much about Ty Kelly. They do now. There's another foul down the right field line. That knocked down Richie Peckner. Richie, all right? That's a heavy ball. If you get hit, it's going to knock you down.
Well, he's been knocked down before. Also, Robles finding another seat. The fans are appreciative of that. Keep your elbow warm. Life as a bullpenner.
Pence moving over. He's going to play this one on a hop. And the Mets just keep on hitting.
Nice opposite field approach from Flores. So a 1-out knock. Four-seam fastball right down the middle of the plate. And Robles, to his credit, protecting a 2-strike count. No stride, just throwing it to right field. It's nice bat right there.
So here's d'Arnaud. Base hit. I don't know, Mike. It's one of these games. Hang on, baby.
Well, it feels like Coors Field. I mean, that's 27 hits in the game now between the two teams.
And once again, he's going to keep trying to find a combination.
Well, he's got 9 bullpenners, so he's not worried about beating it up. Dave Righetti going to come out for one reason: stall, kill time, give somebody a chance to get loose.
It's going to be Lopez. Ruggiano 3 for 3 and a grand slam. So here's Ruggiano.
And he has been unstoppable tonight. 3 for 3. The big swing of the bat, a grand slam off Bumgarner at the top of the 4th inning. Did not have an RBI coming into the game. He's got 4. Oh, 2. This was the at bat in the 4th inning, and it's a 3-2 count. It was a long at bat. Bumgarner a bit disappointed. He thought he had him struck out earlier in the at bat. And on the 3-2 pitch, challenge fastball, he put it over the wall in center field.
Tried to get Ruggiano to chase. It's 1-2. One ball and 2 strikes. Got him.
Payoff pitch, fastball inside corner. And Ruggiano is not in agreement. Set the target inside, and Posey really doesn't move the glove. Bang. And the only thing he lost there was his hat.
Hey, that could be a distraction.
Yeah. If you're in the batter's box.
Here's Kelly Johnson, who's 1 for 3. And the first pitch is wide. Smith started the inning. He struck out Bruce, and then Flores and d'Arnaud with singles. Ruggiano strikes out. It's 8-7 Giants. And it's high. It's 2-0. "27 hits in the inning."
Well, they're warming up. That much I know.
And a strike. Floyd Arturbo in the house.
Every night. It's the hat that is built for Northern California.
I think it's the giveaway of the year, except for your bobblehead.
Thank you, partner.
Which seems like some people have before you even have one.
I know it.
Low, it's 3-1. And then, you can add to it if you like.
Yeah, make it a mohawk.
I'm not really 100% sold on that, but
hey, Frank Zappa would have liked that hat.
So Johnson will wait on the 3-1 pitch. And it's going to go to a full count.
Now, if he was looking fastball, he wasn't looking away. He would look at middle in.
Now you've got Flores and d'Arnaud on the move. And this 3-2 pitch is coming up. And it's hit foul. Pitch down and in.
So a 3-2 breaking ball. And Kelly Johnson does well to fight it off. And lives to see another pitch.
Pulled on the ground again, foul. Tom Goodwin, former Giant. Bad hop, Tom.
He used to make that play.
No, that was a bad hop.
Good guy, Tom Goodwin.
Really good guy.
We enjoyed our time together when he was with the Giants. Got a nice home with Terry Collins, being part of his staff.
3-2.
So a little bit high, and the drama in this inning will continue. Fastball away, just a little bit up at the two-seam grip. Lester tried to tuck it in to no avail.
So here's Ty Kelly. Kelly has walked, he's singled, he's tripled. And he takes a strike, and it's 0-1. Down low. Bases are loaded here in the 7th. Law trying to get out of this mess. And this is hit to panic. And he will, and that'll end the inning. Mets leave him loaded. It'll be Crawford to lead things off. For the Giants as Crawford's going to step up with the Giants leading 8-7.
It is Jerry Garcia night.
Five, 6, and 7 tonight. They've been good.
You called Brandon Crawford
the whole series.
The whole series. The fact that Crawford was snubbed by Terry Collins did not make his all-star team.
Swing and a miss. One ball and one strike.
May have ticked him off a little bit.
Well, look, Crawford didn't say that to me. I'm making it up, but it is good for a good storyline.
Hey, it's human nature. And if you're the Silver Slugger, Gold Glove incumbent at shortstop, you're leading your team in RBIs. You deserve to go. And he did not get picked.
For at that time, the team with the best record in baseball.
Exactly. So I'm sure that Crawford has shrugged it off. You and I, however, we have not shrugged it off.
No, and we're not going to.
Hunter Pence on deck.
Two and two, not a Crawford. Pence on deck. And Crawford strikes out swinging. Well, the Braves join us at AT&T Park on Friday, August 26th, and on the 28th, they'll be there for a 4-game series. The first 40,000 fans are going to receive my partner's bobblehead, and it's presented by CSN Bay Area. So go to sfgiants.com/tickets. And if you go to gate A, Mike will be there, and he's going to hand out each one before the game. It's going to be awesome, and he'll sign each one too.
Is there a gate A here?
Yeah, it's a gate A. Swelnick of the Grateful Dead. They sang the national anthem. And here it is. No one enjoyed music more than Dusty Baker. The Giants played the Marlins in that home opener. Bonds hit a home run on his first at bat off of Chris Hammond. Darren Lewis hit a walk-off single to score Mike Benjamin in the bottom of the 11th. And it was also Dusty Baker's first managing game at the stick. You remember that well. I don't. I wasn't there.
That's one of my favorite anthems ever. I mean, they absolutely nailed it.
Jim Flannery sang it today.
And they nailed it.
And they nailed it. So here's Hunter Pence facing Robles. Diaza goes into the game in left field.
Ansel Robles, the new pitcher for the Mets.
And Pence out in front. And he fouls it.
Robles a hard thrower. Everybody coming out of that bullpen, with the exception of Jerry Blevins, has got some flames. Robles is going to be a mid to high 90s fastball. This thing could cut it. Slider and a changeup. 68 strikeouts in 59 innings, and he will quick pitch out like that.
And he may just have picked up a strike on that quick pitch. It's 0-2 to Pence with Nunez on deck. And Pence fouls this one out of play. Pence got a fastball and hit it into the seats just to our right. Low, 1-2.
Diaz left field, former Giant. He comes in on the double switch. He'll hit 9th in the lineup.
Pence fouls it again out of play. So a battle, Robles and Pence. Pence having a good game. Trying to get on for Nunez. Look out, 2-2. Two pitch. Here it is to Pence. And Pence pokes it foul.
Good play down there.
Lefty.
Let's go. The old left-hander.
You know, once you got it, you got it.
Yeah. You don't lose it. It's like riding a horse.
Come on.
I think you hit off that guy in the Cal League back in 1972.
I did. I think Eddie Montague was the home plate umpire. Pence, another foul down the right field line.
great entertainment. You come out to the yard, and whatever section you're in, you get a foul ball come your way. Everybody gets pumped up.
Be ready.
He's ready. Yeah. It's an old player right there.
Pence taps this one foul. He's starting to aggravate Robles.
Yep. He's played some ball.
He's trying to have that beer to knock out some of the coffee he's had today.
He might need a couple more.
It's 2-2 to Pence. And the pitch. Pence hits a high pop-up into shallow left field. It'll be Diaza. And Diaza will make the catch. Battle finally won by Robles, and here's Nunez.
Three for three night. He called it. I fixed something in my swing.
Yeah, they saw a little drift.
That's amazing about big leaguers. I mean, they know when they get locked in. They know when they have control of the bat head. They know when they have control of their release point on the mound. First pitch change up. That's respectful.
Three hits, 2 singles and a triple. And a strike. 1 ball and 1 strike.
Generous strike. One thing we've seen from Nunez is he's got a good approach the opposite way. And he's using the whole field right now.
Down low, 2 balls and 1 strike. So Nunez trying to pick up his 4th hit. And it's low. It's 3-1, and now trying to get on for Panic.
Well, he's worked the count in his favor. And remember, he's got some pop. He's got 13 home runs on the year.
We'll see if he gets something that he can drive right here. Here it comes. And he lines it into center field, and he's got his 4th hit. Have a night. All right, let's check in with Amy G. Amy?
All right, Dwayne. Well, Mike, you were absolutely right. Nunez did fix something in his swing. I talked to him about it the other day when he first came over to the Giants. He said he was hitting a lot of lazy pop-ups and he knew something was wrong. So he sought out Bam Bam Mullen, Steve Decker, the Giants hitting instructors. They watched video together and they saw that he was holding his wrist too high and leaning forward. So he's moved back, he's dropped those wrists down, and the result, a 4-hit night. Guys?
A 4-hit night, bringing Joe Panic to the plate. Panic a double down the left field line in the 5th to knock in a pair. So Nunez with 29 steals, and he would be a guy right now that you think is going to take off. And a quick toss. Nunez back.
So Terry Collins thinking the same thing. 2 outs, you get a base stealer up there. It's go time.
He goes. Not a great jump. Here's the throw. And he made it. And he jammed his left hand, so let's hope that's okay. And that's stolen base number 30 on the year.
He's taking inventory in that hand right now. The thing that saved him was he took the outside route to the bag. And Reyes also drops the ball. So a big play. I mean, you know you're a base stealer when you can steal when everybody knows you're trying to steal.
It was kind of looked like Reyes knocked Nunez's hand off to where Nunez thought he was going to slide. And Panic hits a high fly ball deep into right center field. Is anybody going to get there? Bruce is trying to, and out of nowhere comes Ruggiano, and he makes the catch. So nice play by Ruggiano as he takes a hit away from Joe Panic. Nice play. We'll head to the 8th inning. It's 8-7 Giants.
At Bat app. You can stay up to the moment at any moment with Game Day Live, game, video highlights, StatCast, news, and more. Download MLB.com at Bat, the #1 app for live baseball, and you can put it on your phone or your tablet.
It's 8-7 Giants, 8th inning. When it's time for a change, think Speedy Oil Change and Auto Service. Your oil change tune-up and brake experts. So it'll be Lopez facing the former Giant Diaz.
52nd time he's come into a game, the sidearm specialist. Quickly goes on top of Daza, 0-1.
There's Romo getting loose. On the ground, right to Belt. 1 out. So here's Reyes, and Bruce Bochy's coming out. This is a night where the whole bullpen's going to get used.
Well, you're going to see that. The Giants DL'd Matt Cain before the game today, added Corey Guerin to their bullpen, which gave them 9 guys in the pen, 7 righties, 2 lefties, and he will use them all.
So Romo trotting in. It's 8-7 lead. We'll be back. for the Giants. Well, we predicted it would be a tight one.
Well, yeah, we thought there'd be a few less runs scored in this game, but right now it's a one-run game. That means Sergio Romo's coming into this game. 23rd time that he's come into a game this year for Bruce Bochy. 19 strikeouts against 3 walks and 17 2/3. High sidearm delivery, 2 types of movement on the fastball, slider, changeup, and now he's throwing a curveball. Why not?
Here's Reyes. Reyes is 1 for 4 with TJ Rivera on deck. And the pitch. And there's a strike, and it's 0-1.
2-seam fastball right out of bed. And he'll follow that up with changeup with the same type of grip. Circle change, but he'll grip it with the 2-seam grip, and he'll have that little movement that runs away from the lefties. Posey wants another fastball. Same movement.
0-2.
And the other thing too that Romo has done this year with lefties, he's starting to throw the slider more to lefties.
Oh, 2. Got him.
3 pitches, 3 2-seam fastballs, 3 sinkers. See you later.
So here's TJ Rivera.
And I mean, you talk about nailing the same location 3 times. See the little movement running away from Reyes.
Here's Rivera. And a breaking ball for a called strike. Cued foul right past Jay Bruce.
See the 2-seam movement. It's just subtle, but at 88, it's moving away from the hitter, and if you put it in the right spot, they're not going to hurt you. And those are 3 pitches in the right spot.
Little teaser. It's 1-2.
First time any right-handed hitter ever faces Sergio Romo, they're at a disadvantage simply because you don't see the normal spin on the slider off of Romo, hence the no-dot slider. You don't get that little red dot that tips the pitch. And this is the first time Rivera's seeing him. And Posey's going to ride that slider.
Ride it hard. Let's see where it goes on this 1-2 pitch. Got him. Hey, Sergio Romo looking like the old days. Giants lead 8-7. Post game live right here on CSN Bay Area. You get Alex Pavlovich. He's going to come at you live. You get the latest on the NFL playoff chase, Raiders Packers highlights, and a Scott Fair analysis. Should be fun. Giants are leading by a run here in the bottom of the 8th. Connor Gillespie gets the hit. And the pitch. Gillespie. A good job this year for the Giants. He's hitting 257. He's had periods where he hasn't had at bats in days and days, and then he's played every day for a stretch. It's not easy doing what he's doing, but he's managed to pull it off this year.
You know, and I like his at bats. I mean, we talked about this in spring training. It's the same. He has an approach. He has an idea. He has control of his bat head. He'll use the whole field.
Plus, when Vogelsong left, there was a certain grumpy attitude that left.
Yeah, you got to have at least one guy that's the grouch.
And maybe we're not saying Connor's a grouch. He just looks like one. That's all.
Yeah, well, and you know, he's very approachable,
and he's quiet, but he just looks like a grouch.
Yeah.
And if his mom and dad are watching, well, that's not an accusation.
Yeah, we like him.
We do. We think he's a good dude. No, that is not a grouch.
No.
And his eye's getting better. He's got until what, November for it to clear up?
Yeah. Late November.
3-0 to Gillespie. And a strike. That's when the wedding is, by the way. Think he's going to go yes, yes, yes?
Well, I think yeah.
There's a walk to Gillespie.
I think that'd be a little more
I do.
colorful than I do. So a nice at bat. Giants get a leadoff hitter on here. They'd love to add to that one-run lead.
Here's Span. Span's had a nice game. He's got 3 hits. DeGrom gave up more runs in this start than he's ever given up in any other start.
More hits
in his life
than he's ever given up. Yeah, I'm going out on a limb and saying in his life.
A double and 2 singles for Span. And he rolls this one. And Darno is going to make a nice play. And it'll be a sacrifice for Span. He may have done that on his own. I don't think Bruce Bochy has any problem with it. If you're trying to bunt for a hit, you're trying to accomplish one real positive thing, and you get another positive, it doesn't work.
Win-win.
Pagan singled in the 6th, so he's now 1 for 4. And the pitch is wide. 1 ball and no strikes.
Best arm in the Mets outfield's in right field. That's Jay Bruce, and it's a good one. Gillespie a little bit better than average speed at second base.
It's 2-0 with Belt on deck. Gillespie at second. Pagan waiting. And a strike. This will be pitch number 27 for Robles. And tight, 3-1, and now Pagan can lean on one if he wants to.
Well, he is the hottest man on this Giants team, and there are some guys starting to heat up. Right in the middle of a 16-game hitting streak.
So Pagan will take the walk. Terry Collins is coming out, so he may end up getting Robles, and he does. And it's going to be the lefty, Josh Edgin. Edgin in. We'll be back. We have two runners aboard for Brandon Belt, who is hitless in this game.
So the new pitcher now for New York will be the left-hander Josh Edgin. Take a look at what he has done in 4 games since getting called up. Edgin, 6'1", 250-pounder, 29 years old, his 4th year at the big league level. You're going to see a low 90s fastball. He's got a curveball slider changeup combination. You're not going to see many changeups.
So here's Bell trying to add on to the Giants' 1-run lead. And the pitch. And it's a breaking ball for a called strike, and it's 0-1. Belt in the first struck out. He bounced out in the 3rd. He lined out to right in the 5th. He struck out against Blevins, the lefty, in the 6th. Taps this one off the end of the bat, foul. Edgin is in to face just one guy, Belt. Edgin will not face Buster Posey. Notice I've now become a manager.
Well, I think you're right. That's why Terry Collins has the right-hander down in the Mets pen, thinking about Buster Posey.
Got him. A hat trick for Belt. And here comes Terry Collins. So Buster Posey is going to face a righty when we come back. It's 8-7. And Reed, a right-hander, in to face Buster Posey. If I remember, I think Buster's got decent numbers against Addison Reed.
He's been a workhorse for the Mets this year. 59th game he's come into. 71 strikeouts against 10 walks in 56 2/3. He's basically a two-pitch guy, fastball, slider guy. The fastball that goes low to mid-90s, and a really good hard slider with a little deception in his delivery. He'll throw across his body.
3 for 6 with a home run.
That's ownage.
Gillespie and Pagan are your base runners here in the 8th. Outside for a ball. 1 ball and no strikes.
Those numbers you're talking about, 3 for 6.
Well, maybe facing Crawford if he doesn't throw a pitch in the strike zone.
Well, there's no more left-handers that the Mets have in their pen. They're used up. So this is Addison Reed's inning.
And Buster may not get a fastball here, but Reed's got to come in. And a strike. 2 balls and 1 strike.
Posey was not looking fastball there.
Reed at the belt. 3-1. Reed right now, at least on that last pitch, he did not even look to second. His concentration all at Buster Posey.
He does have a base to burn here with 2 outs and an open third.
Three and 2.
That's some 3-1 paint outside corner. The kind of 3-1 pitch you want to swing at.
Three and 2. Runners are going to go. Runners go. Posey fouls it out of play. And a fastball for a strike.
Yeah, 93-mile-an-hour challenge right over the middle, just about knee high.
And another 3-2 pitch with the runners on the move. And this is high and foul and out of play. Three and 2. Reed, Posey. Runners go. Swinging a drive to right. Bruce looking up. It's off the bricks. Gillespie scores. Pagan scores. And Buster Posey with a double to knock in 2. That's the swing of the bat Buster Posey's looking for.
Well, and he's hitting good. He's backspinning right field, and that's exactly what he does here with the 3-2. It looked like a slider. No, fastball, two-seam grip, just out there at the belt. lets it travel, gets it in deep, and just throws it right off his right hip. And takes full advantage of the short wall and right. And with a 2-out jump, everybody scores.
So here's Crawford, who's 3 for 4. And Crawford takes high, 1 ball and no strikes. Down low.
And the Giants offensively put a smile on this man's
that's
face.
a smile.
We didn't see that at all last 4 days.
Smokes.
Well, 17 hits and 10 runs in a game that was started by Jacob deGrom will definitely make a manager smile.
Hunter Pence is going to hit. Crawford's being walked intentionally. The Mets know that Crawford's an angry man.
Well,
just kidding.
I think you're right, though. 3-hit night and a walk.
So here's Pence. Somebody's going to ask Crawford about it. He's going to have no idea where it came from. So, Brandon, I apologize.
Look, you're just thinking like an old ball player.
That's it.
If you'd have had those numbers that didn't make the All-Star team, you'd have been a bit ticked off at the guy that didn't pick you.
I'd have thought I was going to the Hall of Fame, to be honest with you. Pence takes a strike. Pence is 2 for 4 and definitely showing signs that he's on his way back. Posey, Crawford are your base runners. Drive into right center field. Jay Bruce playing way out there in Triples Alley, puts it away. Giants add on. Buster Posey comes up with 2 RBIs. It's 10-7 Giants. Tonight.
New pitcher now for the Giants will be their closer, Santiago Casilla. Casilla with 27 saves on the year, 57 strikeouts and 47 2/3. The ideal situation for any closer is to have that 3-run lead, which is what he's got right now, and he's going to try and protect it. That's the plan.
Here's Jay Bruce. Bruce is 0 for 4. And he fouls this one down the left field line and out of play. Wilmer Flores on deck, and then Travis d'Arnaud. I mean, The offense has been there for both teams. The Mets have 12 hits. So I'm going to foul. That got Buster Posey. Where did it get him?
I think it may have got him at the tip of the glove hand.
Yeah, so that's kind of a stinger. Remember, it used to happen to Benji Molina all the time?
Maybe it got him on the heel.
Maybe the thumb or the heel.
We just know one thing. It lit his hand up. So he gets to go back, regroup, strap the glove on a little tighter, and go catch another 94-mile-an-hour fastball.
Oh, 0-2 to Bruce.
Tried to cut the outside corner. Not this time.
Posey set up away. And ding Posey again.
So you want to be a big league catcher, huh? All right. Curveball. Right head on in the mask.
Hey, Bruce tomahawked that. Nice play.
Well, Toby Peckner tonight has been putting on a clinic down there with a glove. He is catching between his legs, making plays, making the old man Richie Peckner over on the other side proud. Stepped right out. It's a player right in the sweet spot. Atta bib.
On the ground, Nunez is going to have a tough play to make, and he can't make it, so it'll be an infield hit for Bruce.
One thing about Jay Bruce, I mean, he's a big man, but he can run.
He can scoot. So Loney's going to pinch hit. So Loney hitting for Flores. Loney with a kind of a half swing and a miss.
Well, he swung at that curveball. It's the first curveball he's ever seen. And big league hitters can do that. They can look bad on a pitch, but no guarantee they're going to look bad on it the second time.
That's right. Tap slowly, and Casilla just needs to get an out, and he does. So Loney's retired. Bruce goes to second. And here's d'Arnaud. d'Arnaud, a couple of hits and a walk. Buster Posey out to have a word with Casilla. So Bruce at second. Right below us.
See a healthy rip. He was up there looking for a fastball, middle in.
Johnny Cueto tomorrow night.
I always look forward to his starts.
Yeah. Steven Matz tomorrow night.
And he's been on fire.
Yeah.
He's had a near no-hitter recently.
Oh, and 1 to Darno. 0-2 to Darno.
Little country hardballing right there with that fastball at 93 across the letters. And if you're a pitcher, if you do that once, you think you can do that twice. Posey wants a slider.
One and 2. And this is playable for Belt. And here's Ruggiano. Ruggiano has had a good game. He's 3 for 4, hit a grand slam off of Bumgarner in the 4th. And a strike, and it's 0-1. It's amazing what a cushion in the 8th inning, the 2-run cushion, will give a guy like Casilla.
Oh,
you can challenge here.
Perfect scenario, absolutely. The guy hits the ball in the ballpark, you still have a 1-run lead. Giants know they can pick up a game on the Dodgers, who went down earlier in defeat to the Phillies in Philadelphia.
Yeah, and we're not acting like that happens all the time.
No, we don't. She's fired up. Everybody in the Bay Area had been waiting this for a while.
And 2 to Ruggiano. And that's fouled out of play, and we'll do it again.
It has not been a good homestand for the Giants. 1 and 5. With some really, really difficult losses to absorb. Tonight, if they get this win, they've done it against an ace, Jacob deGrom. And for an offense that was struggling, for the Giants to put up 17 hits and 10 runs, this could be a big win for them.
That's a strike.
Just a bit outside, says Brian Gorman. Two-seam wrapping around.
That's a strike.
Well, you're trying to turn the worm. It comes hard. You got to have guts to take a pitch like that, 0-2 count. You see the reaction from Casilla. He thought he had it.
Out of play.
Ruggiano putting up a fight.
Game 1 in this important 4-game series goes to the Giants, and the Giants finally do something for Madison Bumgarner, and they owed him one of these. Maybe they owe him 4 or 5 more.
Well, they do. And for Bruce Bochy, 1,769th managerial win. He's now tied with Jim Leyland for 15th most in Major League history. But this was a big win for this club. They were down 4 runs to an ace. They came back, had a 17-hit, 10-run performance. This is a huge, huge win for that man right there, Bruce Bochy.
All right, Giants win game 1 of this 4-game series. They do it tonight by a final of 10-7. Thanks for joining us. Stay tuned. Eastern's Giants postgame live with interviews on the wrap. That's going to start right now.